All right, welcome back. The derivative actually tells us a lot about the shape of the graph, and that's pretty useful to know often. So let's take a look. So remember, one interpretation of the derivative was the slope of the tangent line. At x equals to a. Okay? So there are a couple special cases. One, if f prime at a is 0, well, that means that the tangent line has slope 0, so it's horizontal. It's just flat. And so that means that your function has a shape like this, where it flattens out, or something like this, where the tangent line is flat, or it can be something like x cubed, where it's kind of like a saddle-y thing, okay? But either way, it kind of flattens out for a moment, okay? Number two, if f prime at a is strictly bigger than 0, then it has positive slope. So the tangent line is, pointing up. And if you think about it, what does that mean if the tangent line is pointing up? It means your function, looks like this. In other words, f is going up. All right, so it's as you head along f, it's increasing, is the fancy word. Okay, so positive derivative means near that point your function's increasing. And then 3, if f prime at a is negative, then the tangent line has negative slope. And negative slope means it's going down. Okay? So the tangent line looks like that. So your function, if this is what the tangent line looks like, your function has to be doing something like this. In other words, as you move along f, it's going down. So f is going down. Okay, fancy word, decreasing. Okay, so summary, if f prime is 0, your function flattens out for a second. If it's bigger than 0, your function's going up, and if the derivative is negative, your function's going down. So that tells you actually a lot about the behavior of the function. So there are two ways to play this. One is the following. They give you can look at the sketch of f and know something about the behavior of the derivative. So sketch f prime if f looks like this. So say f looks like this. So here's f. And I want to know something about f prime. Well, the first thing I'm going to notice is here and here the tangent line flattens out. So the derivative has to be 0 at these places. All right? So if I'm trying to sketch f prime here on an axis, so I'm going to put f prime here, I know that it has to be 0 at those two places because f flattened out. So down here will be the graph of f prime. All right, now over here your function is increasing. It's going up so that the derivative has to be bigger than 0. So that means your function has to be bigger than 0 over here. That means above the x-axis. Here your function is going down, so f prime has to be negative, as we said. So being negative means underneath the x-axis. And over here your function's going up, so f prime has to be positive again. So that means, whatever f prime is doing, it has to be in this area there. Okay? So a rough sketch, it has to be 0, and then in these regions, so f prime has to look something like that. Okay? All right, let's try this in the reverse. Suppose someone gives you a sketch of f prime. Can you draw f? So sketch sketch the function f if f prime is the following. So let's do it this way. Suppose this is f prime here, okay? Not f prime. All right? We want to sketch f. We're going to do this as in stages, kind of rough sketch and then better ones. Well, I see the derivative is 0 here, these places. So that means my function has to flatten out there. Okay, so my function will flatten out for a moment. I also see over here the derivative is negative in this region. So that means my function has to be going down. So it has to be going down because the derivative is negative here. It kind of flattens out there. And here, in this region, f prime is bigger than 0. It's above the x-axis. So that means f has to be increasing because f prime is positive. So the function has to be going up. And then because the derivative is 0 there, it kind of flattens out. And down here, f prime is negative again. So f has to be decreasing. So that means f has to be going down. Now we just need to smooth that out a little bit, and it looks something like this. Okay? So that's a rough sketch of f. All right, that's it for curve sketching. Ciao.